So I have been working for myself now as a self-employed entrepreneur for about the past 7 years. And one thing every week that makes a really big impact on my productivity and my confidence actually is setting an intention early in the week for what I want to accomplish and for who I want to be throughout the week. This is such a small thing, but by setting an intention, and by that I mean essentially just defining one sentence of what you want to focus on, who you want to become this week, it acts as a guiding arrow, like a map to ensure that you are becoming who you want to, right? Pushing towards your ideal self. And so that's what I want to discuss today, the importance of setting an intention, why to set an intention. I'm going to share mine with you as well in this video. And essentially, I'm going to give you the three questions that I'm thinking about around how to create this intention and what to do with it. So, everybody, if you are not in the group yet, the Journey to Legacy community is live, and it's a place where like minded individuals are all coming together to better themselves and better others at the same time through collaboration, through sharing in positivity and supporting each other. And through this, we're working to create essentially this ripple effect in the world of positivity and growth. And thus, that is the impact that we're going to leave and the legacy that I'm working to leave on this world. And so if you're not in the Journey to Legacy community, please check it out. It's over on School. You can find it either in a link somewhere around the video, head over to School, or better yet, visit journeytolegacy.org. First button will take you directly to the new community. And so this past week, I posted in the community actually about this concept of setting an intention. So here, I'll just start you with my example. This is my intention that I've written for the week that I'm basically referring back to keep steering me in the right direction. It says, this week, I will instill confidence in myself by being time efficient and tackling the hard things first that I usually put off. By doing this and sharing my progress, I will inspire confidence and motivation in myself and others as well. So, what are the pieces of this puzzle that are really the most impactful? It's essentially three things that you want to think about that I'll dissect here one by one through my actual intention for this week. So the first question that I asked myself that I want you to ask yourself as well is, what do you want to accomplish this week? For most of us out there, it's probably going to be something around business, around entrepreneurship. And so I decided that for this week, the things I want to accomplish is essentially a focus on bigger, tougher tasks. For me, I didn't specifically state it. I probably should have, but it's actually sales tasks for me this week. I've launched a brand new offering in the coaching program. And with that, I'm actually doing a lot of market research. And so I'm doing cold outreach to potential prospects, potential ideal customers to basically get their opinion on this new program, as well as sell them into it also at the same time. This can be pretty uncomfortable, right? Doing cold outreach to people I've never talked to before, people that I think I might be bothering, or they could potentially get a bad taste in their mouth for who I am as a initial as they initially meet me, come into my atmosphere. And so it's tough, right? These are the things that I tend to put off, sort of the harder things for me to do. So I decided, what do I want to accomplish this week? It's I want to prioritize to be more time efficient and do the hard things first. This actually stems from a podcast interview that I did last week. A woman that runs a marketing agency specifically helping people to actually hire virtual assistants and to outsource work. And most of that work is actually marketing work, graphic design type stuff. And what she said, funny enough, is that a lot of times this is the work that people tend to shift to and do so that they can avoid doing the hard things. And so that made me think about this. Is like, you know what, this week, let me make sure to not go do those simple, safe graphic design things or, adjustments on some copywriting on my websites. No, let me make sure that I'm prioritizing being time efficient, tackling these hard things first. That's always cold outreach for sales. So that's what mine is. For yours, it doesn't even have to be in business. Think about what you want to accomplish this week. It could be spending quality time with your family. It could be spending less time on your phone, right? More time in mindfulness and meditation, more physical exercise, prioritizing your health. Whatever you want to accomplish, that's the first question you want to ask yourself. The next one to ask yourself that I asked myself when I wrote down this intention was, what are the emotions that I want to invoke in myself? And the biggest one that I decided here is confidence and actual motivation, right? And so I specifically wrote these down that by tackling the things, the tough tasks first, and being time efficient, I will instill confidence in myself. This is now part of that intention that is pushing me to become the ideal version of myself as well, right? Step one, what do I want to accomplish? It's the hard tasks. Step two, what emotions do I want to create? What feelings do I want to create? It's confidence and motivation. And so now you see what's happening here is that every day when I go to revisit this statement, it is bringing up those emotions. I'm realizing, wow, if I go do these hard things right now, it's going to bring me more confidence. It's going to bring me more motivation to even keep working harder, to keep tackling these other harder tasks, the things that are uncomfortable for me. And it honestly just steers you in that right direction automatically. Right? It's almost like a promise that I made to my past self that this is what I would focus on this week. And so this morning, I started my day by reading this intention. That's the whole purpose here, right? Is we create the intention and then we review it every day to keep us on this correct path. And so when I read it, I realized that I had gotten some responses to my cold outreach messages over LinkedIn Messenger, actually. And I got them yesterday afternoon and I just didn't feel like responding to them. I don't know, right? I was a little uncomfortable and lack of motivation yesterday afternoon. But now this morning, when I revisited and I reread this intention where I made the promise of this week, I will instill confidence in myself by being time efficient and tackling the hard things first that I usually put off. Wow, I realized, wow, yesterday afternoon, I put this off. It's the hard things for me. And so this morning, after I read that, I said, you know what? Boom, hopped on, immediately responded to everybody. I'm getting great feedback on the program. And thus, it's boosting up my confidence and my motivation for the rest of the day by tackling these hard things. And honestly, it's so thanks to me writing down this intention and reviewing it. It's such a direct example that I realized in the moment of like, oh, wow, look at that. Like now I'm actually taking action. So, step one, what do you want to accomplish this week? Step two, what are the emotions you want to invoke in yourself? And step three, I like to think about what are the emotions I want to invoke in others, right? And so it's essentially a question of how are you going to carry yourself, present yourself to the world, and thus how are you going to make others feel? One thing that I'm talking more and more about these days is that people don't necessarily remember what you do, or if we're talking about legacy, they're not going to remember what you did as much as they're going to remember how you made them feel. And so by asking this third question of what are the emotions that you want to invoke in others, it's now essentially a reminder of how you should act and help to how you're going to make others feel. right? Don't get this confused too much with like caring about what others think necessarily, right? How they think about you, but actually it's just like, how is what you're doing potentially inspiring others? And so really easily, right? This could be the same type of emotion that you're focused on invoking in yourself, focus on others as well. That's how it was for mine, right? By tackling these hard things, I'm boosting up my own confidence. And then I decided to say, by doing this and sharing my progress, I will inspire confidence and motivation into not just myself, but others as well, right? And so now this is a great intention. I'm actually have a defined goal of what I'm going to accomplish. I know what emotions, what attributes of myself I want to grow, and then I know how I want to make others feel as well, right? That's what they're going to remember. That's actually the biggest impact that I'm going to leave this entire week is how I make others feel. And that all swings back around to me having to carry myself in a certain way to make sure I make others feel that way also. And so, if you are listening to this, I want to challenge you to write your own, okay? Answer these 3 questions and then write a simple 1 or 2 sentence statement for what is your intention for this week. If today you're watching it is Tuesday or it's Wednesday, Thursday, it doesn't matter. Don't put this off until Sunday or Monday. Go ahead and write it down, right? Use that intention for the rest of the week. And then next week, create a new one, right? Every week, we're in a different mindset. We're in a different focus in space of it. Is it business? Is it personal? And so then you can simply write a new one and refer back to it every day. So again, here is my example for you. And go ahead, if you need a place just a notepad to scratch, put down in the comments. It doesn't need to be anything clean, anything perfect. Please share. I'll even help you to adjust it, modify it more specifically, or just help to boost you up, right? Good job for taking some action here. It's just something so simple, but 99% of people just listen to stuff like this or watch videos like this, but they don't actually take the action. So you be different. Take the action, okay? So here's my example for you one more time. It says, this week, I will instill confidence in myself by being time efficient and tackling the hard things first that I usually put off. By doing this and sharing my progress, I will inspire confidence and motivation in myself and others as well. Good luck, everybody. Write your intention. Let me know how it goes. I'm excited to see you inside of the Journey to Legacy community very soon.